The bullion knot, also known as the bullion stitch or the Brazilian standard cast-on stitch. This technique uses rolled thread to create a textured line. To start the knot, bring your needle up through the cloth and make a stitch the length of how long you want your knot to be. Do not pull the floss into a stitch, leaving behind a large loop. Bring your needle up through the cloth once more, either where you started or close to it. Personally, I like to come up close, but on the internal segment of my stitch. I prefer this because I found it easier to pull my bullion knot into shape. You will not pull your needle completely out from the cloth yet. Instead, while it is poking out, take the excess floss and begin wrapping it around your needle. Sliding it down the needle, you will begin to create a casing. Once ready, pinch the casing and hold it firmly. With your other hand, pull the excess thread through the cloth. Then, grab your needle and pull that through the casing. Once you have done this, reinsert your needle at the end of your stitch. The bullion knot can be a bit tricky to get a handle on, but just remember to be patient and practice. So let's run through it one more time. First, create a stitch the length of the bullion knot you require. Do not pull the thread into a stitch. Rather, leave it loose, creating a large loop. Then, bring your needle back up at the start of your stitch. Leave your needle poking out from the cloth without pulling it through completely. Your goal is to create a casing that is the length of the stitch. Once you have created your casing the length of your stitch, pull the excess floss taut. Next, pinch your needle, holding the casing in place. Pull the needle up and free of the casing, after which you will reinsert your needle through your endpoint. Continue to pull until the bullion knot lies flat against the surface. If you find that your bullion knot is a little lumpy, don't worry. You can help even it out after pulling it into a stitch. Gently maneuver the knot with your finger until you've evened out the thread. Once satisfied, secure the knot and you're done. It is important to find a balanced level of tightness while wrapping your casing. If you wrap too tight, you will be unable to pull your needle clear. Too loose, and the thread will splay out, losing the effect. Feel free to wrap and unwrap until you find the right level of tension and length. You can check the length by laying your needle flat against the cloth and comparing the casing to the distance of the re-entry point of your stitch. Be careful to find a good level of tension that is neither too tight nor too loose.